There was a man who had spent his entire life trying to become strong. He worked hard. He kept his promises. He took care of his family. He rarely complained. From the outside, people thought he had everything under control. But one morning, everything changed. He lost something he had spent years building. And for the first time in his life, he had no idea what to do next. He sat alone in his car outside his house. The engine was off. His phone was in his hand. Dozens of messages were waiting, but he didn't answer a single one. He just stared through the windshield. Because the problem wasn't what had happened. The problem was the question running through his mind. What am I supposed to do now? Maybe you've asked yourself the same question, not necessarily because everything collapsed at once. Sometimes life doesn't destroy you with one massive event. Sometimes it wears you down slowly. A relationship changes, money becomes uncertain, someone you trusted disappoints you. Your plans stop working, you work hard and still don't get the result you wanted. And eventually you start wondering, how much more can I take? But here's what the Stoics understood that most people discover far too late. You don't become mentally unbreakable by creating a life where nothing goes wrong. You become mentally unbreakable by training yourself to remain steady when something does. And today, I'm going to give you 10 Stoic lessons that can help you build that kind of mind. But don't listen to these as 10 motivational quotes. Think of them as 10 mental weapons, because sooner or later, life will test every single one. 1. Control what is yours. The man sitting in that car had spent weeks worrying about things he couldn't change, what other people thought, what someone might do next, how things should have happened, what the future might look like. And the more he tried to control those things, the more powerless he felt. Then he remembered one of the most important ideas in Stoic philosophy. Some things are within your control, others are not. Your choices are yours, your actions are yours, your discipline is yours, your response is yours, but other people's opinions, not yours. The past, not yours. The final outcome of every situation, not completely yours. Think about how much mental energy you lose every day trying to control things that were never yours to begin with. Someone doesn't respect you. You replay it all night. Someone criticizes you. You spend hours thinking about what you should have said. Someone succeeds. You compare their life to yours, but the Stoic asks a different question. What can I do about this? If there is something you can do, do it. If there isn't, release it. That doesn't mean you don't care. It means you understand where your responsibility ends, and that realization alone can give you back a tremendous amount of peace. 2. Master the space between event and reaction. Imagine someone says something disrespectful to you. Your body reacts before your mind catches up. Your heart speeds up. Your voice changes. You want to respond immediately. But here's the danger. The first reaction isn't always your wisest reaction. The Stoics understood the power of the pause. There is a tiny space between what happens to you and what you choose to do about it. That space may last only a few seconds, but those seconds can determine the kind of person you become. Someone loses their temper. You don't have to lose yours. Someone becomes disrespectful. You don't have to become disrespectful. Someone tries to pull you into chaos. You don't have to follow, because when you react automatically, someone else is controlling your behavior. But when you pause, you take your power back. So the next time something triggers you, don't immediately answer. Take a breath. Step back mentally. Ask yourself, will this response make me stronger or weaker? Then choose. That's emotional discipline. 3. Expect life to be difficult. Most people are shocked when life becomes difficult. The Stoics weren't. They understood something simple. Difficulty is part of being alive. You will have difficult mornings. You will meet difficult people. Plans will fail. People will disappoint you. Sometimes you will do everything right and still lose. That doesn't mean life is unfair. It means life is unpredictable. And once you stop expecting everything to go perfectly, difficult moments stop feeling like personal attacks. Imagine training for a marathon. You don't expect every mile to feel easy. You expect your legs to become tired. You expect discomfort. You expect moments when your mind tells you to stop, and because you expected difficulty, you aren't surprised by it. Your life can be approached the same way. When difficulty arrives, don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Ask, "How do I want to respond?" That question puts you back in control. 4. Stop needing everyone to understand you. This lesson is difficult because human beings naturally want approval. We want people to know our intentions. We want them to understand our sacrifices. We want them to see that we were trying our best. But here's the uncomfortable truth. You can be completely sincere and still be misunderstood. You can be kind and someone can call you weak. You can be confident and someone can call you arrogant. You can stay quiet and someone can assume you're angry. You cannot control every story people create about you, so stop spending your life trying to edit other people's opinions. Live according to your values. Let your behavior speak. Let time reveal your character. You don't need to attend every argument you're invited to. Sometimes the strongest response is no response at all, because when you stop needing everyone to understand you, you become much harder to manipulate. 5. Train yourself to handle discomfort. Now here's where things get interesting. Most people want mental strength, but they organize their entire lives around avoiding discomfort. They avoid difficult conversations. They avoid silence. They avoid boredom. They avoid failure. They avoid doing things they don't feel like doing. And slowly, their tolerance for discomfort becomes smaller. The Stoics took the opposite approach. They deliberately practiced doing difficult things, not because they loved suffering, but because they didn't want comfort to become their master. You don't need to transform your life overnight. Start small. Put the phone away for an hour. Finish the workout when motivation disappears. Take the difficult walk. Have the conversation you've been avoiding. Wake up when you said you would. Every time you voluntarily do something uncomfortable, you send yourself a message, "I can handle this." And that message becomes confidence, not the confidence of pretending everything is easy, but the confidence of knowing you can survive difficulty. 6. Accept what you cannot change. Now imagine going back to that man in the car. What if he could change yesterday? What if he could rewrite every mistake? What if he could go back and stop the event that changed everything? He couldn't, and neither can you. You cannot negotiate with yesterday. You cannot argue with something that has already happened. You can only decide what happens next. This is one of the hardest Stoic lessons. Acceptance is not weakness. Acceptance simply means, this is reality. From there, you decide what to do. Maybe you've made a mistake. Learn. Maybe someone left. Grieve, then continue. Maybe an opportunity disappeared. Find another path. The past should be a teacher, not a prison. Ask yourself, what is this experience trying to teach me? Take the lesson, leave the weight, and move forward. 7. Never turn failure into an identity. Failure can be brutal, especially when you've worked hard. You give everything you have, and it still doesn't work. That's when the mind starts telling stories. I'm not good enough. I'm behind. Maybe I'm just not meant for this. But notice what happened. You experienced a failure, and then you turned the failure into an identity. Those are two completely different things. You failed at something. That doesn't mean you are a failure. You lost. That doesn't mean you are a loser. You were rejected. That doesn't mean you're worthless. The Stoic doesn't deny failure. The Stoic studies it. What went wrong? What was within my control? What wasn't? What can I improve? Then they return to the work. Remember, a setback can become a sentence, or it can become a lesson. You decide which one it becomes. 8. Guard your attention. Here's a question most people never ask. Who is controlling your attention? Because wherever your attention goes, your life follows. If you spend hours watching other people's lives, you may start disliking your own. If you constantly consume arguments, you may become addicted to conflict. If you constantly compare yourself, nothing you achieve will feel enough. Your attention is not unlimited. Every minute you give to something is a minute you cannot give to something else. So protect it. You don't need to know everyone's opinion. You don't need to respond to every notification. You don't need to participate in every argument. You don't need to consume everything the world places in front of you. A disciplined mind knows what to ignore. And sometimes, what you refuse to give your attention to is just as important as what you focus on. 9. Remember that your time is limited. Now pause for a second. Imagine you're 80 years old. You're sitting somewhere quiet. Your career is behind you. Your arguments are behind you. Your social media feed doesn't matter anymore. The opinions that once consumed your mind are almost forgotten. And you're looking back at your life. What would you wish you had done differently? Would you wish you had spent more time proving yourself? More time worrying about people who didn't understand you? More time replaying old arguments? Or would you wish you'd spent more time with the people you loved? More time pursuing meaningful goals? More time actually living? The Stoics regularly reflected on mortality, not because they wanted to become afraid of death, but because remembering that life is temporary helps you understand what deserves your attention. Your time is being spent, whether you notice it or not. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop postponing everything that matters. You don't have forever, and that isn't depressing. It's a reason to wake up. 10. Become someone who doesn't need perfect conditions. And now we reach the final lesson. The goal isn't to become someone who never struggles. That's impossible. The goal is to become someone who can struggle without losing themselves. Someone who can be rejected without losing their self-respect. Someone who can fail without losing their courage. Someone who can experience uncertainty without losing their direction. Someone who can be hurt without allowing pain to decide their character. Because mental strength isn't built during the crisis. It's built before the crisis. Every difficult decision prepares you. Every disciplined morning prepares you. Every time you choose silence instead of an unnecessary reaction, you prepare. Every time you get back up, you prepare. And one day, something happens that would have destroyed the old version of you. But you're different now. You breathe, you think, you stand, and you say, I've been through difficult things before. I'll handle this too. Remember the man we started with, the one sitting alone in his car, wondering what he was going to do next. That morning didn't magically become easier. His circumstances didn't suddenly change. But something inside him changed. He realized that strength wasn't about controlling the world around him. It was about controlling the person he brought into that world. And perhaps that's the lesson you need today. You don't need to become emotionless. You don't need to stop caring. You don't need to pretend that nothing hurts. A strong person still feels pain, still experiences fear, still has bad days, still gets disappointed. The difference is, they don't allow one difficult chapter to become the entire story. So when life becomes difficult, control what belongs to you. Pause before you react. Expect difficulty. Stop chasing everyone's approval. Practice discomfort. Accept what cannot be changed. Learn from failure. Protect your attention. Remember that your time is limited, and build a mind that doesn't depend on perfect circumstances. Because the world will change, people will change, plans will change, your circumstances will change. But if you build yourself correctly, you can remain grounded through all of it. One day you'll face a situation that tests everything you've built. And in that moment, you won't need to ask, why is this happening to me? You'll ask, who do I choose to be now? That is where your power lives, not in controlling the storm, but in becoming the kind of person who can stand in it without becoming the storm. Become calm, become disciplined, become resilient, Become the person who can bend without breaking, adapt without losing direction, and fall without staying down. Because the strongest mind isn't the one that never gets shaken. It's the one that knows how to return to itself. And when you master that, life may still challenge you, but it will never have complete control over you again.